Hello, religion thinkers, and welcome to another short video exploring the meaning of religion. I'm Dr. James Rowell, and today we're going to be asking, is religion good or evil? Not an easy question to answer, but definitely an important one to ask. Let's assume that there is such a thing as good and evil. Imagine that if you were stranded on an island, hey, this looks like a good place to be stranded, but you can choose as company either Mohandas Gandhi or Osama bin Laden. Which would you choose? I know if you imagine being stranded, you'd probably fantasize about being stranded with someone else, and neither of those two that I mentioned previously, but that misses the point and sounds like it's about to begin a bad TV program. So let's stay on topic and get back to the choices. You'd probably choose Gandhi because his reputation was good and nonviolent. And if this polar example doesn't demonstrate that there is a difference between good and evil, an extended discussion isn't going to matter much here. Would you rather choose the company of Mother Teresa or Adolf Hitler? Enough said on that, I think. Now, the difference between Gandhi and bin Laden was actually the subject of my first book, Gandhi and bin Laden, Religion at the Extremes. I wrote that book because I had been studying nonviolent agitators like Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr., men that had done good in the world, and then 9/11 happened. And I had to figure out if Islam, or rather radical Islam, was to blame, and what were the implications for religion. As a result of the study, I discovered a non-violent Muslim by the name of Abdul Ghaffar Khan, a man whose core beliefs very much resembled Gandhi and Dr. King. So, what did I conclude? Is religion good or evil? In a previous video, I defined religion as the belief in the divine or sacred, which acts as a spiritual and moral compass. This would be a nice definition if religion always produced good. Yet this does not seem to be the case. Yes, you have had religious persons do good in history, but we've also had very many other people who have caused a lot of bloodshed. All religious persons cannot fall under one definition that is entirely good nor entirely evil. So I need to rethink my definition of religion. I have concluded that religion is variable. It can produce good. I think it certainly has in the case of Gandhi or King amongst many others, but it has also produced evil as well. Like chemistry, things in our mind are not absolutely fixed. In my book, Gandhi and bin Laden, I've used a chemical analogy that has been helpful in past times. If you imagine religious belief to be like oxygen, the oxygen atom, the core commitment is something like that oxygen atom. We know that oxygen can combine with itself to form the air we breathe or water we need to live. As oxygen can be good for human life, so might religion. Oxygen can also combine with carbon, however, and form carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, or sulfuric acid, which are things that can be positively lethal to life. Religion can also form different combinations in our minds, depending upon the type of views that are learned and acquired in life. So a full definition of religion, and whether it can be good or evil, has to be variable. It is true that religion can be good or evil. I hope and think it has a greater capacity for good, but I can understand your arguments if you disagree. There has been a lot of harm done in the name of religion, and it still needs to be undone. Like oxygen, however, religious belief is not fixed or permanent. After all, we don't see religions as fixed entities, but as changing parts of human persons. You don't see a religion walking down the street and say, hey, there's the Christian religion. Rather, we encounter persons who make claims to represent religion, and we may judge those claims as true or false. When something good or evil is done in the name of the Christian, Muslim, Hindu, or any other religion, it is a person that did it, and not a religion walking down the street separate from us. We can make religion good or evil depending upon our own point of view, our own mindset, and the choices that we make. I once read a quote attributed to Reinhold Niebuhr, who said that bad religion can be worse than no religion. Charles Kimball has written about this subject in a book titled When Religion Becomes Evil. Kimball was also concerned about the possible dangers in religion. Kimball wrote that religion became evil when it made absolute truth claims, commanded blind obedience, established an ideal time which it then manipulated and abused, claimed that the ends justify the means, and declared holy war. Good religion must therefore be the opposite, humble, loving, just, and tolerant, I should think. I think in Kimball's short list you can see a good kernel of truth and some reasons which might turn religion sour, like turning that oxygen atom I mentioned into carbon monoxide or dioxide. Kimball's is a good book. If you're curious, read his, mine, or just keep reading and delving into the subject. For me, it comes back to some form of mental chemistry. While I think and hope religion has a greater capacity for good, I fully recognize it can, has, or will cause harm in the future. Your own perspective and ideas on religion can fundamentally change its impact. Religions do not walk around on the streets by themselves. They are interpreted and made by us, human beings. Good religion is the belief in the divine or the sacred, which acts as a spiritual and moral compass. This is a religion we hope to emulate, and a religion which we hope prevails. Now, in a previous video, I had thought of irreligion as the opposite. But a lack of religion is really not what I had in mind and is not the proper word choice. As Niebuhr may have said, bad religion can be much worse than no religion. So what is really the opposite of genuine good religion, but still within the realm of religion, is ill religion. Ill religion is adamancy about the divine or sacred used for oppression, harming, killing, or conquest. These people assume they know it all and perversely claim the right to use force against those who disagree. It makes sense that if there are maladaptive behaviors, there can be maladaptive forms of religion. We could call them mal-religion or ill-religion. I kind of preferred ill-religion, but I'm open to other names. These are two vastly different mindsets, and I would ask an open question. Should we even call them by the same name religion, or should we define one as religion and the other as ill-religion? Should we also recognize a possible common core which may produce either? A lot more can and probably does need to be said about this. I've written some of it in my books, and there are many other books which talk about this as well. So the next time you might be so lucky to be stranded on this island, think about this. That the perspective or ideas one has about religion may matter as much, if not more, than the type of religious person you are with. Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, or Jew, or atheist or agnostic as well. Does their view lead towards goodness and humility, towards what we've defined as good religion, or, in the case of agnostic, towards good belief? Or is their view intolerant, hurtful, and really ill religion, a sick and maladaptive form of religion or bad belief? Certainly religion can and has gone both ways, and there are still risks of this happening in the future if we remain indifferent and unconcerned. And that's another reason why I think the meaning of religion certainly matters. For there are variables in the views and upbringing that can produce either good religion or ill religion. I believe that religion does not have a monopoly on good or evil. Secular and other philosophical perspectives have had a great share in that as well. So religion can be good or evil, depending upon the believer and what he or she affirms and believes. So that's it for today, religion thinkers. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.